Welcome to round 4 of the Porsche BWT GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. This round is held at the beautiful Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi and features 2 races. The 5.5-kilometre long Formula One track is quite technical and highly challenging for both drivers and race cars. Faisal Al Zubair won 2 out of 3 races in the 3rd round at the Dubai Autodrome.
Sometimes you just want that extra win, so really happy about it.
Young Frenchman JB Simonard celebrated his maiden win in the championship.
I'm happy. I was waiting this for a long time. It was a nice race, very hard first laps, and after alone during the race, so very good.
BWT Besler also delivered a strong performance with 2 second-place finishes.
Actually, I'm really happy because I had really good points for the championship and I was 3rd before here. Now I'm 2nd in the championship. So let's see.
Leon Kohler showed remarkable skills as a Pro-Am driver and walked away with 2 podium finishes in 3rd place.
It was a hard race, a fair race also.
Faisal Al Zubair leads in the overall standings ahead of BWT Besler and Michael de Quesada. Every race driver is dependent on a reliable and efficient team behind him. Good teamwork between a driver, his engineer and the mechanics is a crucial factor for success. Dylan Pereira is an accomplished race driver and a regular in the Porsche Super Cup and Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He acts as a driver coach for the young racers. Dylan and Frank Funke, a long-standing member of the Lechner racing team, explained the relationship between a race driver and his team.
I do the Middle East for quite some years. I know the tracks quite well, so I have the setups for my cars, for my tracks, and then I try to prepare the drivers what they're expecting or what they have to expect. It's always a little bit give and take. I can help with the setup, but they also have to help with their driving styles. Sometimes we have to do race simulations. That means a car have to go 12 laps in circles. We have to see if the car is stable over the 12 laps or if the car falls down the cliff after 5 or 6 laps. 2 options we have for that. One option is that the driver goes too hard at the beginning. The other option is that we have to work on the setup for that.
Frank has quite a lot of experience. And that's quite a lot of help, because when you come to the racetrack you always have quite a good setup already and you don't have to work a lot on it. So you just went out on the first setup. Sure, you have to adjust always a bit. The track is also changing all the time, but always when you get into the car it's almost quite a perfect car, and that's what I like also in national racing, and also to work with Frank because it's always quite a good car when we start with.
After running the cars, I go download the data and then I can work with the guys on what they're doing, if they late braking, early braking, the throttle position, how fast they're traveling, how much brake pressure they do. It's a lot of small things to get together. For example, this graph here, the big one, that's the speed we're traveling. This little triangles is a brake pressure they're producing. This one is the steering angle. I can see how much they steer, how fast they steer. Here's the throttle application. That means how fast they go on throttle, how fast they go off throttle. And then I can overlay 2 laps. That means I overlay, in that respect, I overlay his full possession lap with a lap of JB. We can see where he loses time. This is the time comparison line. When it goes down, JB loses. If it goes up, JB wins against him. The basics are the same, but you have to read more out of the data. I have to help him by seeing in the data that he's not confident. Yeah? So I have to give him the confidence by making the setup a little bit different for him, yeah? And then he can improve.
Dylan Pereira dominates the qualifying for race 1 and starts from pole position.
First of all, I was all the time on place, so I was coaching other drivers and try to make them quicker. So I was following, and yeah, they were quite quick in Dubai, and was not sure that I could be able to catch with them. But yeah, when I came here to Abu Dhabi, I was quite quick from the beginning on, and yeah, now in qualifying was quite a good lap. And yeah, P1 in qualifying. Let's see what's the race is on. Being back on the car on my favorite track for me was amazing, and especially tonight we will drive in the night. It will be even better, and I will enjoy it.
Al Faisal Al Zubair clocks the second fastest lap.
Qualifying was good, finished P2. The gap was a bit more than I wanted against Dylan, but as you could see, the times were just getting faster. Like on my in-lap, a 10th here, but yeah, no excuses. I didn't really put a really good lap together, and Dylan really did a good job.
Berke Besler starts from third position.
Testing was not really good. I was not really fast. I was 7th and 10th. But in the qualifying, the pace was really good, and I did much better time than comparing to yesterday. And I finished third. I'm really happy about the result. I'm looking forward to the race.
Berke Besler has an excellent start and passes Al Zubair into turn 1.
Well, I had a good start. I was starting third, and in the first corner I went to second place. Then at the beginning of the race, Faisal was pushing really hard to overtake me, and he knows the track very well, and he was in the slipstream of mine.
Berke got a really good start, and Fair Play went around the outside.
Race leader Dylan Pereira quickly builds a gap to the rest of the field.
I just braked into turn 4 or 5 into the first chicane, and then I locked up at the first lap and went straight.
In midfield, Leon Kohler, JB Simonau and Khalid Al Wahibi battle for positions 4 to 6. All of a sudden, Leon Kohler's car slows down, forcing the young German to retire from the race. Saul Hack and Isa Abdullah Al Khalifa go head-to-head for position 8. Dylan Pereira takes the checkered flag to win the first race of the weekend. Pereira gets a 5-second penalty for cutting a corner, but the gap to second-placed Berke Besler is big enough to maintain the top spot on the podium.
Yes, I just saw my mechanic and engineer just go push, 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 and I say, okay, let's go for another couple of tenths because it would be close. So at the end it was quite a fight. It's my first race this season, and being on pole position and winning the race is already good for mental strength. Let's see now tomorrow what I can do.
At the end I finished second. I'm really happy, the pace was really good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's race.
Al-Faisal Al-Zubair finishes in third position.
Most of the race until like the last 2-3 laps, I felt I was within reach. A few times tried to make a few moves, but obviously not risking it. But yeah, he raced really well. He was very consistent with the lap times, and yeah, he defended well.
Quite a big improvement from Dubai where we struggled. And then yeah, just really close with Seminar. I think we could have had them with a few more laps, but it's just how it is. We work on it and see what we can do tomorrow.
Race regulations are a vital factor to ensure a fair race with equal opportunities for all drivers. The men and women in race control oversee these regulations and impose penalties when necessary.
Well, race control is the event and main control centre for the entire event. So everybody in here has a role in terms of safety or sporting jurisdiction for the event. So it's the event command and control centre. Each series that races here has its own set of regulations, and Porsche is no different. It's very well written, very comprehensive. It just means that we have a set of regulations to follow for each type of category that's racing here. One of the rules that is common across all the categories is that the cars must stay within the white lines that mark the track. It can be argued that a car that doesn't comply with the track limits, stays within the white lines, may gain a time or a place advantage by going outside the track. So the issue is that we have to observe them on the screen. We also get calls from the marshals to tell us when a car has exceeded track limits, and then we have to look at their times on the timing screen and decide if they've gained an advantage by exceeding track limits. And if that's the case, then we have to take appropriate action.
Gordon and his team had to impose a penalty on Dylan for his violation in the last race.
On race one, on the first lap, he took a shortcut at a corner and gained an advantage. So we saw that on the TV screen. It was reported in by the marshals. It was referred to the stewards, and the stewards awarded a 5-second penalty.
I gained a bit of advantage, and I get 5 seconds penalty because of that. But I knew it was unfair, so I just tried to push and to have a bigger gap to at least to win, still winning the race.
Al-Faisal Al-Zubair from Oman quickly made a name for himself when he entered the championship in 2016. He won the overall title last season and tops the standings again this year.
Hi, my name is Al-Faisal Al-Zubair, and this is my driver's minute. Best moment of my racing career was definitely clinching the title of the Middle East Cup Challenge last year in April. Coming to Abu Dhabi and spinning after getting hit on the first lap, thought I lost the title. Definitely Monaco on the Super Cup calendar. Just the thrill of being on edge every single corner made it amazing. One championship I'm really looking forward to racing in the future is the World Endurance Championship, hopefully in a factory GT race car. Definitely football. Used to play quite a bit, but I don't really follow it much.
Dylan Pereira again sets the fastest lap in the qualifying for race 2.
Just finished qualifying now, P1, that's quite okay. Always can be better, but yeah, this time I'm missing a bit of free practice, and I noticed that at the first laps. Yeah, but finally I managed quite well, and I had quite a good lap afterwards, and P1 is fine. So let's see what we can do in the race, and hopefully can do the same like yesterday, and starting from P1 and also finishing P1.
Al-Faisal Al-Zubair starts from second on the grid.
The qualifying was good. P2, 2 tenths off, or 2 and a bit tenths off. So we closed the gap from yesterday, and definitely a good thing. We had the problem in practice. So we solved it now, and in the race, we're going to go for the win, hopefully.
Berke Besler starts from third.
I had a really good qualifying practice. I finished third, and I just did 2 flying laps. I could do third lap, but I didn't want to do because I want to save the tires for the race. I'm looking forward to the race, and the pace is there, so let's see what happens.
Pereira doesn't get off the line too well and is under pressure from Al-Zubair.
Had quite a messy first lap. We were quite stronger than Sol. Tried to overtake him. However, I locked up and had to cut the chicane and let him pass. Obviously, had a lot of dirt on my tires after that, and just really struggled on the first lap.
Michael de Quesada also finds a way past Al-Wahibi. A few turns later, Al-Wahibi retakes the position from de Quesada.
I managed to keep the positions. The guys behind me were making some mistakes, and it gave me a little bit of breathing room, and then I could just settle into the race and develop the race pace.
Al-Zubair continues to chase race leader Pereira lap after lap.
Into turn 1 I was fighting with Al-Zubair. It was quite tough.
We were putting pressure on Dylan, tried a few moves here and there.
Eventually, Pereira makes a mistake and cuts a corner, forcing race control to investigate.
During the race, I struggled a lot with the car. It was sliding a lot. Maybe it was because of Formula 4 cars.
Pereira crosses the finish line first, but needs to wait for race control to make their decision.
Just came up to the podium, and there was announced that I got 5 seconds penalty because of the shortcut. Okay, I think I did a mistake on driving style. I outbraked myself. Yeah, unfortunately I caught that corner like that.
From second to first now, so another win in the championship. Definitely a good way to end the weekend, and yeah, long break now, so good time to focus and reset for next.
I was finished third, but because of the penalty, I went to second place. It was a good weekend. I'm really happy about the results. Now it's time to await Bahrain.
I think the race pace was good. I haven't really looked at it. I think I slowly started to find my rhythm here, and get my confidence back with the car. So I'm very happy with the results after that, and I think it extended my Pro-Am lead. So I can't ask for more.
I think it would have been a really good race. We were quite strong in the middle of the race, but the gaps were too big. So if we had a better opening lap, then it would have been quite a lot better, but it was just a messy first lap. So we need to work on that and hopefully bounce back better in Dhabi.
In the overall standings, Al Zubair leads with 263 points, ahead of Berke Besler with 222 and JB Simonau with 178 points. Saul Hack tops the table in the Pro-Am category, followed by Leon Kohler and Christopher Bergstrom. In the Porsche GCC Championship, Al Zubair leads ahead of Khalid Al Wahibi and Isa Abdullah Al Khalifa. Drivers and teams of the Porsche BWT GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East are now heading over to Bahrain for round 5 of the championship.